You know, sometimes the most profound wisdom for our modern lives comes from the most unexpected places. Today, we're going to uncover a timeless recipe for true friendship that's been hiding inside a beautiful 700-year-old Korean poem.
Okay, so at first glance, you see these beautiful, kind of intricate characters. This is a poem written in Hanja. That's the name for the Chinese characters used in Korea. It was written by a 14th century scholar named Hong Gyu for his dear friend Bak Jeon-ji. Now, I know it looks complex, but it's actually a really simple, powerful guide to connection.
So we're going to treat this poem like a kind of secret recipe. We'll break it down line by line to discover the 4 key ingredients for a friendship that really lasts.
All right, our first ingredient comes from the very first line of the poem. It perfectly sets the scene and reveals the foundation for any great get-together.
Here it is. In Korean, this line is pronounced Jeong-seung. So let's figure out what each of these characters actually means. Watch how the meaning just builds up here. It's pretty cool. First, we have Ju, which means alcohol. Then Jen, a cup. Seung means always. Su, which means must. And finally, Man, meaning full. See? Each character is just a simple little building block.
And when you put those blocks together, the literal translation is, the wine cup should always be full. But of course, the real wisdom here isn't just about keeping everyone's drinks topped up. That full cup is a symbol, right? It represents a generous, overflowing kind of welcome. It's the host saying, "You are truly welcome here. My home is your home." It's all about creating a feeling of abundance and genuine care, right from the very start. So, the second line of the poem builds on this idea. After establishing that spirit of generosity, it immediately gives us this beautiful and really important contrast.
Da bul Yeong-seung. It adds a whole new layer to our recipe, and it follows that first line just perfectly.
Let's look at the characters. Ta is tea. U is a bowl. Bol means not. Young means to need or use. And sim means deep. You starting to see where this is going?
You put it all together and you get, the tea ball need not be deep. It's a simple, elegant statement, but the real magic is in how it contrasts with that first line. This illustrates the balance just perfectly. The first line is about a generous spirit, but the second line clarifies that this generosity doesn't have to be material. I mean, in an age where we all feel this pressure to host the perfect dinner party, this is such a powerful reminder. True friendship doesn't need extravagance. It just thrives on simplicity and sincerity. A small bowl of tea shared with genuine feeling is more than enough.
So, we have our first 2 ingredients, a generous welcome and simple sincerity. Now the poem shifts to the setting, which itself becomes a crucial part of the recipe.
This line is read, Haeng-san Jong-ilyu. What's really interesting here is that Haeng-san was the pen name of the host, Bak Jeon-ji. So this line is super personal. It's placing us right there in his home.
The characters here just paint a really vivid picture. Haeng-san is the name of the place. Jong-il means all day long, and Yu simply means rain.
The translation is simple. All day, rain falls on Haeng-san. Now, you might think a rainy day would totally ruin a get-together, but in this recipe, it's a key ingredient. The rain acts like a curtain, shutting out the rest of the world. Think of it like a forced digital detox, centuries before we even needed one. There are no other obligations, no phones buzzing with notifications, no other places to be. It creates this quiet, intimate space where the only thing that matters is the connection between 2 friends. The bad weather is actually a gift.
Okay, so we've got the welcome, the sincerity, and the intimate space. This brings us to the final and most important ingredient. This is the culmination of everything else.
Our final line is pronounced se segangnongsim, and this is the heart of the poem, both literally and figuratively.
Let's look at these final characters. Se means finally, or in detail. Gang means again or more. And then we get to the 2 most important ones. Nan, to discuss, and sim, the heart or mind. This gives us our final line. Again, we talk deeply of the heart. The generous welcome, the simple tea, the rainy day, it was all designed to create the perfect conditions for this very moment. This brings us to the term non-sim, or what we can call heart talk. This isn't a formal debate or superficial small talk. It's the act of sharing what's truly on your mind and in your heart, honestly and without pretense. This is the very essence of true friendship.
So here it is, our complete recipe, drawn from a 700-year-old poem. First, welcome others generously. Second, share simply, remembering sincerity matters way more than extravagance. Third, create an intimate, distraction-free space. And finally, use that time for what truly matters, heart talk.
This wisdom is as relevant today as it was in the 14th century, and it leaves us with a question. In our busy lives, who are the people we make time for true heart talk with? And maybe it's time to pour them a full cup.